School environment actually, I feel that different types of students, children are coming here. So I feel very good by meeting with them, every day dealing with them, their naughtiness, everything I enjoy here.
For me, going to school is something like gaining knowledge and encountering with the children.
Every day when I go to my school, I love to see my friends, very cheerful. I love to see teachers explaining their chapters. And also, I love everything which school provides me.
Plus for study.
Going to school means I got to see my friends every day, and I got to learn new strong words from English teacher explanation. And
Yes, kung iba sekian nama sekian yang ko na aro airplane sekarang baksa aro nakita na aro ge dingtang game rang ko maba curriculum activities rang ko sa dak nakita na warang tengah sing na. After coming to school, she can interact with their friends and they can do some activities so that they can improve their learning, no?
to get education, and if you go to school, we got more experiences about how to become someone in life.
Apa mata ko nang kai school ni man no tungtang khat mai ban nirang donga skian nirang wo aro tungtang khat ani rang.
He said after coming to school, he learned many things like in teaching and activities of the school.
To get education and to learn good discipline.
So I just love to teach my students now. I just love to teach the children. So I just love for that while I'm coming to school to teach and like to involve with the children, to interact with the children. I just love it.
I like enjoying by interacting with my friends and learning new things in school, and I'm happy with cooperating with my teachers and seeing new friends. That's all.
He said that he likes to study here after coming to school.
You know, it's like designing the children, no? I get a lot of energy looking at their naughtiness, the way how I can accompany them more than teaching is accompaniment it is.
So we are having 3 times exam now. So it's good for the students. But if we have only 2 times exam, then it will be for the children it will become tougher, isn't it? The lesson will be lengthy to study. So we have in 1 year we have 3 times exam. So it's good for the students and for the teacher also.
Okay, the students are good at academic, and then like for them and for us, the exams which we conduct to them gives them a lot of improvement, especially the unit tests what we give here in the school, and like in the class when we give them tests, we find some improvement in them, so which helps them to update the books. Once they go home, usually they are we find them not opening the books, but these exams helps, or the tests which we conduct in the schools helps them to open their books and improve their studies.
Cuma embos ni yang hodong si dingdang hal ni ka maba injibs kango embos ni ko si jam ni chen nam kalen ka da embos ni ko seo mon chichi rap kala ba marang ko masjid ge apsang ini ka.
before there is no question for emboss na. That time she enjoy the questions, but now after writing the exam of emboss, they got difficult, no, to understand whether it is hard or whether it is easy. He said he need change.
Grading system, actually I don't, but if you ask me the personal view, I don't like the grading system, because it cannot distinguish two. For example, A plus got, two students got the A plus, we cannot distinguish in between them that what is the difference between these two. So I feel, beside the, if they want to introduce the grade, okay, but beside that, if they put the mark also, it's nice. At least students will know that where is the position, where they are standing now, what are the things they need to improve. So both the things should be go together.
Each child is unique. I believe in that. But at the same time, somewhere there should be an assessment, because whatever intelligence they have to give their best.
Yeah.
But otherwise, that grading system, I prefer that you give them the exam. Each child is assessed according to him or herself, but not like comparing with each other with ranks and all. That
Okay.
I don't agree.
He said he likes. He said he likes.
Yes, I agree with it.
Yeah.
I would love if there is a swimming class.
If you ask me that now the trend is going on as the inclusive.
Okay.
If you ask me about this inclusive system, for lower classes, it is my opinion that I don't prefer the inclusive system for the lower classes, at least up to class 5. Because if we talk about the hearing impaired students, it is very difficult to lower classes to manage all the students, general as well as the who are the disabled students. No? So I feel up to class 5 we need to train them separately. Then when they will come up to the level, when their base will be strong, then we can include them for mainstream. So I feel that one should be changed.
It's like in other schools, like when they are having exam, nah? Or in school, how I say, they don't have this one curriculum more. In other school, they don't have extra curriculum classes and all. They only focus on the lesson. They don't have other activity. You know, in other school they don't have curricular activities, nah? But in our school we have. So in other school they focus only on lesson, only on studies, only on these things. On other curriculum, they didn't give any importance. So I like to change all these things. Like we should have this one curriculum activities for this one students, nah?
Yeah, because every teachers teaches us good things only in our school.
Overall, I do not agree, because what I find is the real meaning of education is not understood, because my understanding of education is that it makes a person go beyond their mind thinking, like it allows the person to move out of the boundaries. That's for me is an education. But what I see, and it's very sad that we in India especially, what you see is we go with like such set of mind, though we say the education is like elite and all, but I don't agree with that at all.
As of now, according to me, the school, what the rules and the regulations or whatever the authorities of the school have implemented in the school, it's quite very good, and I don't think there is needed of changing the disciplines or the rules. And also, since it is an inclusive education, and the different classes, the activities, the programs, the co-curricular activities, what is going here in the school is quite good, and because it helps the students to come up in life. They are, once all these curricular activities are put on them, they are more sociable outside of the school as well.
Not to drag our feet while walking. To respect the others.
The students here in the beginning, when I first came, I saw the students were good at discipline, but there is a lot of improvement and there is still space of improvement. They still need to improve, but the disciplines, they wish the teacher, the way they approach to the teacher, and then their dealings with the teachers and with one another, with their companions, with their inmates, it's very good. I appreciate them.
He said they did not like the punishment.
What I find here is like children are free, okay? Lot of freedom is there, and we need little bit of discipline so that they. It's not only disciplining them in ethical, especially in the ethical values and all, because what I see with the way they are functioning, the ethical values are going down. Okay, that is what I see into it, like more of the discipline, no, but more of like making them refined persons.
He said no.
In general, I don't have much idea about all these things, but here too it's okay, it's fine, because here we treat all the children equally, nah? But other school, but like in other school they are not inclusive school, isn't it? So they came to when they came to special children, they came to separate. All right. So I don't know about other. I don't have a much idea about the other school, but it's okay. I think it's fine only.
treat kali kat zaman tamko dengtang tamko dengtang treat kayo.
Sometimes they treat different, no? Treat equally to the students. Sometimes they look differentiate, no?
Tang skip di dongjam basket sana ya. Jadi dengtang citi mebak student yang ko dengtang lagi mebak kan karo.
Some of the students is unique, so they treat differentiate. He said differentiate.
Like sometimes teachers treat the rich people more better than the poor people. They don't care for the poor people. They think that the poor don't have the right to get education. I'm not sure that everyone is treated equally, but in our school everyone is treated equally. I would like every school to have to treat the children equally.
If I am a principal, that's why I said no, that inclusive one.
Yeah.
I will prefer after the class 6. And the teacher who is going to include for this purpose, they should be trained in that particular field. And we should select the teacher based on their knowledge.
In our school, our principal is very good. So whatever he is conducting, that one is good only. So I like to follow her this one rules only.
For me, I don't expect that, but if I were a principal or if I hold the authority in the school, I would say that we must have more qualified teachers, the teachers who are trained, especially as of this diet for the special children, because some teachers, they come from out without any of this inclusive, without the idea of teaching the hearing impaired children or the students with visually impaired. There are teachers who are not trained for that. So there are complaints from the students that they don't understand what the teachers are teaching. So when they come back to home or when they come back to the hostel, especially the hearing impaired and the visually impaired, they come and ask the doubts, because for them the teachers, those who are teaching them, there are teachers who don't have the idea of teaching the students with special needs. So I would say that there should be a trained teacher. If it is an inclusive education, so we need a teacher who are trained to this.